After a very long international break, West Ham United come back into Premier League action on Sunday as we take on 17th place Everton, just hovering above that relegation zone. Frank Lampard's side have not had the best of seasons, so let's hope that we can pick up another 3 points against the Toffees. Welcome to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. It's the West Ham versus Everton pre-game breakdown. I'm joined by Gary. Gary, how are you?
Hi, Jake. I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, not bad at all. Plenty of chat going on about the World Cup draw. So we have got Iran, the United States of America, and either Scotland, Wales, or Ukraine. So I'll let you guys talk about that in the chat. Hope you're all well, though. We've got usual suspects, Troj. So I hope you are all well watching. Feels like it's been quite a while since we've done a preview, Gary. It's been a long international break, but hopefully a few players have charged their batteries again.
Yeah. Last time we saw each other was at Tottenham, Jake. I think we trudged away after that defeat. So as you said, it's 2 weeks. Hopefully Bowen is closer to fitness. So let's see what happens. I think Moyes gave a positive assessment today. So if he doesn't play on Sunday, I'm sure he'll play on Thursday, which is good for us.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. Obviously it could take us a while to get back into the swing of things, but are you confident? How's your feeling about the game?
I'm feeling confident. I think Everton really need this win. I mean, they're going to be going at it from the start. So if we can hold them off for 5-10 minutes, I think we'll be okay. I think we've got a better side than them. Their confidence is fragile. If we get an early goal, I think we'll be okay. We've got a very bad record against Everton in the Premier League at our stadium. We won 1 in 13 of the last home games, but I'm feeling confident. I think we can beat them on Sunday. Most of the players had a good rest. Antonio hasn't flown around the world. Lanzini hasn't played, so we should be okay.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Let's have a look in the chat. Troj, hope you are well. It's the Friday feeling. It certainly is. Kent says, very wary of Sunday. Tough game. Everton record away to us, and Frank Lampard will have them bang up for it indeed. Your usual suspect says, Jake, will you be cheering or booing Fat Frank on Sunday? What will you be doing, Gary?
I should cheer him. I politely applaud him. His dad especially was fantastic for us. So out of respect for his dad, I should just politely applaud him.
Oh well, I'm sure not many will be doing that, and I'm sure a lot of people will gain happiness in piling abuse at him. But yeah, is what it is. Peter, hope you are well, my friend. Yeah, what you got there? So Everton, we know the key players they got. We've got an Everton fan coming on in about 10 minutes, Gary, and it's Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison. It's the usual suspects that we've learned to know and know what to expect from Everton in the last few years, and it's just a bog standard Everton we're up against, I think.
I mean, I don't know if you saw, Jay, that Everton released their financial statements this week, and they're almost certainly have to sell someone in the summer to balance their books. So regardless what division, so Calvert-Lewin has been strongly linked with us. So I should be watching him closely on Sunday to see how well he does. Hopefully not too well, but it'll be a good signing for us, the right sort of age, right sort of prospects. And I like the Alex Gordon, the winger Gordon. I like him as well. He looks a good player, so it'll be someone else I'm looking at with the West Ham eyes for next season. Sorry, Everton fans.
Well, yeah, exactly, because we're looking at it, and you've got your Richarlison, Dominic Calvert, Anthony Gordon's a new one to add to the list. He's been excellent this season, and it's definitely somebody we've got to keep quiet on that wing.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I think he is a very good player. I like him. Other than that, I mean, Damari Gray's been hit hot and cold. He started off very well. He seems to have gone very cold now. Defensively, I think Seamus Coleman's still playing. Isn't he? He must be 100. He must be 103. So we should get after him. Pickford has always got a mistake in him. I think he did well for England in the week, but I think he's not the best keeper in the Premier League. Far from it. So I think we've got a chance against him. And Michael Keane's had a shocking season as well. So defensively, we should get at them. I think Everton have scored the third least in the Premier League. I think only Norwich and Watford and Brighton have scored fourth least. So we should hopefully get a win.
Yeah, I mean, these are the games we've got to be winning if we want to stay up and around those areas. But last time they played in the Premier League was on the 17th of March. Some late drama. The Alex Iwobi scored in the 100th minute of the game as they picked up a massive 3 points against Newcastle. Feels like about a year ago that happening. But do you think they take any confidence from that? Because they're now 3 points above the relegation zone with a couple of games in hand. Do you think they're coming into this on a club level, the players, confident?
No, I don't. I think because on the Saturday afterwards or the Sunday afterwards, they got hammered in the cup by Palace, didn't they? 4-0.
Yeah.
And I think that they're terrible away, and they've got a huge game on. Is it Wednesday this week, Jake? They play Burnley, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
Us and Burnley. So I mean, they've really got to hope they get some results in the next 2 games. Otherwise, I think they're down. So I think their confidence is fragile at best. Let's hope we don't do a typical West Ham performance and give them a good goal start and give them a bit of confidence, because won't be the first time, Jake, would it? So
no, it certainly wouldn't. It certainly wouldn't. Let's take some of your comments. You dodged the question. I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be on a cruise ship, so I won't be at the game. But if I be there, I wouldn't necessarily boo him. Just get on with it. Yeah. Feeling well, not enjoying this cold spell though. Yeah, we had it was like flipping Mallorca last week, and it's back down to England again this week. But yeah. It is what it is. People forgiving Defoe. Maybe another 5 years. Frank will be next. But rather sign Richarlison than Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I don't like Richarlison.
No, not. Yeah, me too.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I think, could be a good player. Somebody put this on Twitter a couple of days ago, and I thought that's bang on. Is that the only fear with Dominic Calvert-Lewin is his injury, and he's incredibly injury prone. And somebody put Andy Carroll 2.0, and I thought you're not wrong there, because he does seem to be picking up injuries all the time.
Yeah, you also. I mean, I don't know the guy obviously, but from the outside, you question his dedication, don't you? So like Andy Carroll's problem. So we'll see. He's got a potential to be very good. But I think Ollie is overtaking him now in the England rankings, so he's got a point to prove. Definitely.
Trosh just hope Dominic Calvert-Lewin doesn't try to impress too much.
Yeah.
Watkins would be my choice if I was picking. Yeah, I agree, Kent. Most people say Watkins, and he's doing well, but I think the boat is sailed on Watkins, because I don't think Villa are going to let him go, if I'm honest with you. Let's have a look here. Usual suspect says Everton fans are expecting impending doom on Sunday. Well, that's what most clubs see, but yeah, you just don't know what West Ham's going to turn up. No. Gary, I hope you are well. Honestly, you don't know what West Ham's going to turn up. We don't know whether we've got any other small niggle injuries to worry about, who's back, who's not. You don't know what's going to turn up, do you, Gary? Let's be honest.
No, you don't. I mean, we're fortunate. We had a few people on international. Declan and Thomas, obviously, they're always fit, so they should be okay. Other than that, Masuaku, I think, played. Ben Rama played. No, he travelled and he didn't play. Lanzini will play on Sunday because he's suspended for Thursday, so he'll definitely play at the weekend.
Yeah.
Ben Rama possibly be rested. So, and Moyes in the press conference was quite positive on Sue Fowler and Bowen coming back this week, either Sunday or Thursday. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? But do you think David Moyes, I mean, David Moyes hasn't admitted this, but do you think he's got half an eye on planning for Thursday night?
I don't think he has. I honestly don't. I think he showed, I thought this before the Sevilla game, when we had Villa at home on the Sunday, exactly the same. I thought to myself, he's going to concentrate on the Sevilla game, but he didn't. He concentrated 100% on Villa, and once we beaten Villa, then moved to Sevilla. So I think he will concentrate on the Everton game. I think we've got Everton, Brentford, and then Burnley. So we've got 9 points potentially, and that could put us right back in the top 4 mix if we win these 3 in a row.
Oh, bold. Back in the top 4 mix.
Absolutely, because Arsenal and Spurs have got to play each other.
They have.
So it's not all over yet, and we've got to play Arsenal. So if Arsenal lose to Spurs and we beat Arsenal, I think we've caught them. So.
Oh, Gary's got it all planned out. Gary has got it all planned out. Yeah, but obviously, just to touch on Lanzini, what we are just saying about the car crash, we know that he's okay. He was a bit rattled, David Moyes said, but he is generally okay. So that's a good point that you said, that he can't play on Thursday night. So that's the opportunity for Said Ben Rama on Thursday night, or whoever we've actually got fit. But one question I do want to ask is, do you think Andrei Yarmolenko plays a part in these 2 matches?
I think
Sunday and Thursday.
Same as previously, he'll stay on the bench and come on and score his goals as he has done the last. I thought he was very good when he came against Villa. The first goal he took was not an easy one at all. And even the one against Sevilla, his anticipation was very good. So I think he's still got something. I think his contract's up, isn't it, Jake, at the end of the season? So I think he'll be he'll be released, I think. But let's hope he's still focused and mentally attuned to play for West Ham in what must be incredibly difficult circumstances for him.
Well, exactly, yeah. Just to cast your mind back to the Spurs game, we all know we saw it firsthand, Gary, that David Moyes got the system wrong.
Yeah.
You can't see him revisiting that back five again for the rest of the season. I just don't want to see it, because it's clear that our centre backs don't like it. We don't know how to play in a back five, and this is not the game. And if you cast your minds back to when we played Everton at home last season, they did a job on us. They put three big centre backs there and just bullied Antonio and bullied us out of the game. Could they portray those tactics again?
They could well do that. Yeah, you're right. They really did a job on us last year. Got a breakaway goal, beat us 1-0. Going back to your first point, Jake, I mean, as soon as you see Masuaku in the lineup, you think, oh dear, they're going to target him. And Spurs did. They took the ball off him, scored straight away. So he was hooked. Was he hooked at half time or just after half time? He was pretty quickly taken off. So I can't see that Moyes will go anything other than back four. So I expect Johnson and Cresswell to play in the full-back positions with Dawson and Zuma in the centre backs, hopefully. And then no Masuaku on the left wing this time.
Yeah, well, let's flip and hope not. Yeah, we look flat, and to be fair, I didn't really expect anything different. We've got to take the rough with the smooth. I'm afraid we've had two fantastic European nights. Well, one good one where we played well, and one just magical one at the LS. But you got to take the rough with the smooth and expect us to be flat next weekend after the Lyon game, because we're going to have to put everything into it, and that's just what to expect. I'm afraid. Bone on the bench on Thursday, where we heard just before the international break that like maybe he is back in training. We saw a photo today, but he's back on the grass, as David Moyes likes to put it. But is he anywhere near match fitness? We'll have to wait and see. Kent says, I hope Arthur doesn't play another game this season. He's a liability waiting for a ball. He's got no zip or football brain. Yeah, the system just nothing did him any favours against Spurs, and hopefully if I see him on the pitch, I'll be disappointed for the rest of the season. But I do not want to see him anywhere near the defence. Just tell him if he's coming on with 20 minutes to go, don't enter our own half. Just literally stay that halfway line and that way. Just don't get involved in any defensive capabilities. Isn't Soufal back? We've heard that he's on his road to recovery after his hernia injury, but just to push that to you, Gary, when Soufal's back, I don't think he comes back straight back in, because I think Johnson's proved a point.
No. I like Johnson. I think he's very good. I think defensively he's better than Soufal, in my opinion. He's quicker than Soufal. He's not probably as good going forward as Soufal at the moment. I think Soufal's crossing and his ability is better, and obviously his experience is better. But I like Ben. I'll give him a new contract and say, your first choice right back. Personally.
Yeah, definitely. But run us through your lineup then. So taking Thursday night into consideration, Gary.
Well, Fabianski will play on Sunday, and Ariola will play on Thursday. I expect the back four, I think, will be the same for both games. To be Johnson, Dawson, Zuma, and Cresswell. Hopefully, midfield, obviously Rice and Thomas. Then forwards, whether Antonio will play both games, probably. Up front, then it leaves us three behind. Lanzi is suspended for Thursday, so I think he'll definitely play Sunday. And then who plays on the wings? So I think it's probably going to be Fornals. In place of Bowen, and then do you play Ben Rama or Vlasic or Yarmolenko? Who I missed? No,
I don't think so.
That's it.
But with with the system that we've got, who he does pick to start in those just kind of attacking areas, we will have to wait and see whether he goes with Vlasic whilst Bowen's still out, Fornals, Ben Rama, Lanzini. I think you've put a very, very valid point there that he will play. Can't play on Thursday, but I have to wait and see.
I think he'll go full strength both games, personally, Jake.
Oh yeah, definitely. Peter, see. This is a good joke. Arthur should be left back in the Congo. See, you get he's a left back and left back. Very good, Peter. Very good. I think Soufal. I think Soufal had been carrying an injury long before the hernia. Yeah, something's not been right there all season, Gary.
No, I mean last season I thought he was excellent, deserved runner-up and hammer of the year, but this season he's been off it a little bit, and maybe he was carrying an injury. So let's hope it's all cleared up and he gets back to fitness.
Yeah, definitely. It's a game. It's a game. Just looking at the Premier League table, that we just these games are just games we just can't afford to lose, is it? And
No,
you mentioned the next 3 games we've got. You said, was it this game against Everton? We've got Burnley and Brentford.
that's it. Brentford and Burnley home. So those 3 games, I think we've got to be looking at 9 points.
Yeah.
We've got any chance, because then we've got quite hard running. We've got Chelsea, Arsenal, City still to play. So they're going to be tough games to get anything from, especially Chelsea and City. Arsenal are at home, so maybe we'll get something there. And then we've got Norwich and Brighton away as well, so we could get something there. So I haven't completely given up on 4th place. But,
You're optimistic, Gary. I'm just looking at it now, and we're 6 points off 4th place, and Arsenal have got 2 games in hand on us. We've still got to play them, and they've got to play Spurs. But
exactly.
I think it's going to be different. How much to get rid of Arthur? How much to just push him out the door? How much we got to pay him off to just get rid of him? I don't know. Fresh Fielder, hope you are well. If Moyes has told Benny and Vlasic to go, what will that do to their performances? I don't think they're told to go, to be honest, Gary. But will they play? Benny, Vlasic, will they play both games, one game, games in the next week?
I actually thought Ben Rama played quite well at Spurs. I think he's one of our better players. I thought he took his finish quite well. Vlasic is a bit of a mystery. He just hasn't really got going, has he? No. I keep waiting for the fire, but we'll see. But Ben Rama's definitely got something about him. He's very, very inconsistent. Very inconsistent.
Yeah, I think with Ben Rama, I think he was the best out of the bad bunch on that Spurs game. If I'm honest, Troy says here he was the only good player. The finish was superb. I mean, watched it back. I couldn't see it was at the other end, and we were front row looking at this up at it. But it was a fantastic finish.
You blocked by Ben Rama's mum, I think, didn't you, Jake?
Yes, definitely. She was just to the right of us and just down in the front row, and it was a nice scene to see. That's for sure. Peter says Arsenal/Spurs will be played. Probably one of the last games of the season. Yeah, Shaw mentions this on the Roundup show. Sky aren't releasing the date of it because they probably wanted to be a top 4 clash. Who's going to get top 4, winner takes all kind of thing, which is probably not going to be. It's probably not going to be. 8 wins out of 8. Nick Full, simple. Well,
after my own heart.
Easier said than done, Fresh Fielder. That's for sure. Easier said than done.
That's 5 wins in the Europa League.
yeah, and then it's just perfect. 13 out of 13. Unlucky for some, we don't expect anything less.
Exactly.
Troj says that Ben Rama needs to do it every match, or we got to sell him. Oh, see that's unpopular, Troj. That's unpopular. Gary, what do you make of that?
I think that's a bit harsh to do it every match. He needs to do it more often. I agree with Troj on that. He certainly needs to turn up more often than he does. But he's too inconsistent. Some days he's awful, but when he's good, he's quite good. I mean, he's one of the sort of players, Jake. If we got a sensible offer for him, I'd sell him. If someone offered 25, 30 million, I would sell him.
100%.
But I don't dislike him. I think he's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just a player that I think it's probably 25% the manager, 75% the player, maybe a little bit more in the manager's favour. I think David Moyes hasn't helped him.
No.
He hasn't really given him any favours, but he just hasn't done it when given the opportunity. But then again, you can say that again about Vlasic, but Ben Rama's been here a lot longer, and Ben Rama hasn't got.
That being said, he's got 6 Premier League goals and 6 assists or something. So on the stats side, he's not been horrendous at all. So
no.
And I think they're quite right, Jake. His finish against Spurs was very good.
But we'll just have to wait to see what our man David Moyes does in the summer. Yeah, I can definitely see Ben Rama leaving. I could see it, and I think there'll be uproar from some parts of the fan base, but I could see it. Peter says 6th/7th is where we will end up. I think that's realistic, Peter. If I'm honest with you, I think that's.
Yeah.
I would 100% bite your hand off for 6th now, and whatever happens in the Europa League happens. I think. Kent says Vlasic and Ben Rama are not on the same level as Lingard for me. Hoping Jesse happens. Yeah, I think if Jesse comes, I think Ben Rama might be pushed out of the door. But I'll have to wait and see. Robert says, what do you think of Cullen coming back? Yeah, I saw something about this today. Is it Josh Cullen coming back into the fold? Is he going to make much difference? I don't know. Gary, anything to add to that?
I don't think he'll come back. I don't think he's good enough personally for the level we're looking for. I'll give Connor Coventry a go now over Cullen.
Fair enough. Phil, hope you well. I'm happy with 6. I think most of us will be happy with 6. Yeah. Lingard of 1.5 years ago. Indeed. Phil says, I feel like Cullen is the one that got away. Yeah. Is there? Oh yeah, because we sold him, but then there's a buyback clause in it, I think, as well.
Sold to Anderlecht, I think, for like £1 million something.
Yeah, and he's been ripping it up over there. And
the Belgian league's one thing, though, isn't it?
Well, exactly.
Playing away to Bruges is not the same as playing away to United.
Yeah. George says, I rate Coventry higher than Cullen. I think most people do, and I think most people will prefer to see Coventry given the goal because he's ripping it up at MK Dons in League One. I think it's MK Dons. Yeah, ripping things up there. But let's go 2 key players for Everton, Gary, without mentioning Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Like I said, Gordon, I really like Gordon. I think we've got to watch him. Other than that, you tend to say Richarlison, but I think who else do I rate? I don't really rate. Dean is gone, isn't he? That was a mistake. They sold him. They should have done that. I mean, their transfer business, Jake. Dele Alli.
It's strange, isn't it? I mean, Dele Alli's come in. Donny van de Beek hasn't really done much.
And you think that, as far as I'm aware, I'm not an Everton expert, but as far as I'm aware, Ali hasn't started a game. I think he's been on the bench and come on and done nothing. And likewise, Van der Beek. So, it'd be typical if one of those two turned up on the day against us. That'd be just typical. Other than that, I can't see where the danger is. Calvert-Lewin is the obvious one, but so other than Gordon, I don't know about you, Joe. I can't think of anyone else that's really grabbing my attention. They've got a big squad, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, and it's just full of average, and there's a reason why they are where they are, down fighting a relegation battle, because they've been poor this season. They've been poor. I'm just looking at their lineup from their last Premier League game. Alex Iwobi, he blows hot and cold, and he's been majority cold for his time at Everton.
Paid like 30 or 40 million for him. It's just
30 or 40 million. I mean, they got Ben Godfrey, Michael Keane at the back, Damari Gray.
Yeah.
Decore in midfield that really hasn't done much, if I'm honest. Allen in midfield, he's not. They've bought decent players, but it just hasn't worked as a team, and it's clear that that's happened this season for Everton.
Yeah, I just like that Gomez they had in midfield. I think he's come back. Well, he came to us a couple of years ago. Was excellent, but they all seem to sort of go backwards when they go to Everton. No one really improves at the moment.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, you've got decent players there: Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison, Van der Beek, Dele Alli, Anthony Gordon, but it's just I don't know what's going wrong. I don't know what's going wrong there. But Dele Alli has just dropped so much. I feel like he could retire from the game altogether. Yeah, people were saying, could this be almost like the Jesse Lingard when he came to West Ham, his resurgence? But it just hasn't happened.
I don't know what's happened to the guy. He's only 25 or something, isn't he?
Is he? Is he really that young? Wow. Yeah. Wow. Gordon and Mina, Richarlison and Gordon. Those are the 2 key players from Peter and Kent. Peter, plenty of Peters in total. Peters and Gary's are taken over. Peter says, I think 6 would be an improvement on last year, considering how smaller the squad is, and for the Europa League games as well. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, how small the squad is, and the fact is that we've had to play an extra, 6 Europa League games so far, more than that, 8 or something.
8, yeah, we played so far.
Yeah. Donny van de Beek off. That's quite good. Don't expect that. That's good. That's good, fresh fielder. But then again, so is Ward-Prowse, and he adapted, says Trudge. Won't relax unless we are 2 or 3 up in the 97th minute, says Peter. That's a West Ham fan saying that, that's for sure. Kent says 500 million or so, mostly gone down the drain, gone down the toilet for Everton. That's true, isn't it, Gary?
Incredible, Kent. Yeah. I mean, how it's almost a book example of how not to run a football club. Exactly. They spent £500 million, and they're worse than when they started.
Well, exactly, and they've got these big plans of building this new stadium, and if they have a bad end to the season, they might be playing in the Championship in their nice new fancy stadium.
Or they can ground share with Tranmere or something.
Exactly, ground share with Tranmere. Oh dear, Everton could be the next Sunderland. Now that's
I'll tell you what, Phil, that's not a bad shout. Because, as I said
Plummeting.
earlier, Jake, their financial statements are horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. So they've got no money at all. If they go down, goodness me, it'll be just catastrophic.
Yeah. Alisson suspended, is he? I don't know. I
And
don't know. Oh look, I was just wondering whether when the first April Fool's joke was coming in. Here it is. West Ham bottled in top 4. April Fools, Chris. Hope you well. Hope you well. Moyes was close to going back to Everton. There was a few rumours when Benitez left, but I think that's mostly journalists going on thinking, right, let's make some fake stuff up here. So Moyes is doing really well at West Ham. Why don't we put that he might go back to Everton and whack it on our website?
well, talking about going back to Man United now as well, aren't they? So.
Oh, what a surprise! What a surprise! You know, their shortlist: Eric Ten Hag, Maurizio Pochettino, and David Moyes. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. He's not going nowhere. 6th will be history making. Never happened twice in a row in the top flight, and you know, to maintain that 6th, I think we would all be very happy with that. Whatever happens in the Europa League happens. You know.
Yeah.
Is look at this guy. Honestly, these April Fool's jokes are embarrassing. Is Jake wearing that top because of the gap between West Ham and the top 4? Listen, I've got to scroll down to find Leicester nowadays. What's it, 13th, 12th or something where you are, Chris? Come on.
The gap between West Ham and Leicester is more than the gap between West Ham and top 4. That's a sure fact.
Well, exactly. See, Gary's spitting facts. Where even are you in the league? Let's have a look.
I don't know, actually. 12th, 13th?
10th. Oh, going up in the world, 10th. And there's a big...
How many points? 12 points behind us?
Yeah, so there's 12 points. So that's a big gap compared to the 6 points that are between the top 4. So you're actually incorrect, Chris. You're incorrect. Yeah, there's a big gap there. Mind the gap, Chris. Mind the gap. But let's go on to some predictions then. Gary, what are you going for?
2-1.
Who's going to score?
He's going to score. Dawson's due one. He's missed a couple of sitters recently. Virgil van Dawson's going to score. And then I think Antonio's going to get one as well, back on the scoring run. He's had a break. I think he's going to be sharp and going for it. So Dawson and Antonio, 2-1. And Calvert-Lewin always scores for them against us. He's their new Lukaku, who used to score against us all the time as well.
Yeah. For once, I'm going to just go 2-1 because I think this is just a 2-1 game. I'm going to agree. 2-1 West Ham. I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin will score the first goal to make it 1-0 early on. I think we'll come back, we win the game, and we get 3 points. And we've set our eyes on to the Lyon game. Get all of your predictions in, but whilst we wait for them, check out our channel sponsors SIM Carver and Son by clicking the link in the description down below. We'll be back in 20 seconds. Please check out our channel sponsors here on West Ham and official SRM Carver and Son. SRM Carver and Son provide crushing, screening and aggregate recycling services across southern England. You can check out SRM Carver and Son and more information by clicking the link in the description down below. Once again, a fantastic and a huge thank you to SRM Carver and Son for sponsoring West Ham and official, and come on your irons. To keep your predictions coming in, guys. Let's take some of them. 1 season, you're all cocky. Well, you got to mind the gap, Chris. You got to mind the gap.
2 seasons.
Two seasons. Well done, Gary. Well done, 2-1. Phil says, how big was the gap from their title-winning season to the season after? Oh, we're cleaning you up here, Chris.
Nice one, Phil.
He is just angry as we are the Fox's bogey team. Chris, you're regretting coming in here tonight because we have wiped the floor with you, my friend. Wiped the floor. 2-1, Antonio and Lanzini, says Kent. 3-1, West Ham, says Robert. Peter says, with 5 subs next season, we need to improve squad big time or we will be back in the bottom half. Yeah. So rule that's annoyed me because it just helps Liverpool and it helps Man City and it helps all of the big clubs with big squads that can go, oh, let's bring on, I don't know, Paul Pogba off the bench. Let's bring on Raheem Sterling off the bench as our 5th substitution. Big games on Cardiff versus Swansea. It's a big game. Hugh, what are you going for? Swansea win, yeah? Rice to bang one in Sunday. Let's hope so. There are rumours about David Moyes going to Man U or Everton that may give our owners a kick up the backside money-wise. Well, I think we all know it's a big load of rubbish anyway. But, you know, we've heard, people have said we've got a big budget in the summer. We've heard it all before, but we'll have to wait and see. Fair play, guys. And yes, you are. There we go. Cheers, Chris. 5 subs, a further step to Americanization of our game. Oh, don't worry, we're going to start to have all the halftime entertainment. Halftime will be about half an hour in 2 years' time. We're going American.
Yeah, you don't remember the Hammerettes, do you?
I don't.
When I was about 20 years ago, going up to Park, the Hammerettes used to come on at halftime with the dancing girls with their pom-poms and all that sort of stuff. In those days, are long gone.
Well, to be fair, I believe we are the first Premier League club to sell popcorn inside the stadium.
Oh, God. Popcorn and half scarves. That's what we like.
West Ham United. I tell you what, no, we can't have it for half and half scarves because Manchester United are even worse than us at half and half scarves. There's about 300 of them outside.
It was awful.
All selling the same flipping scarf, but a few of them have got different badges on. The West Ham badge, some of the badges were atrocious. Half and half scarves, get your half and half scarves. But you see everybody, you walk around the grounds and all you can see is Man United fans wearing them. You're like, what are you doing? You've just paid £10 for a half and half scarf. But
you support 2 teams.
Yeah. Yeah, and anyway, you're paying £8 for the West Ham bit, £2 for the Man United bit. So, Peter says, Heart says 2-0, Head says 1-0 to Everton. Oh, ooh. Peter, come on, have the faith. Have the faith. When all the USA billionaires own most of the teams in the league, there are going to be some more rule changes when they win all the votes. Yeah, probably Troll's just the way we're going. I take a 1-0 right now. All of us would. A 1-0, 3 points, move on to Leon. Yeah. Do you agree, Gary?
Of course. No injuries. Fresh team. Leon, bring it on. Bring it on, Leon. It's going to be such a good night.
All good banter, Leicester. Good luck for the rest of the season. Dad knows my true feelings for West Ham. I wanted you guys to get 4th, seeing as we ain't gonna do it this season. Well, you're not gonna do it next season, really, are you? Let's be honest, Chris. Let's be honest. Peter says, I think we need 2 or 3 goal advantage for going back to their place in Lyon. Probably. 4 quarter games. Could you imagine that? Games go into quarters. And
no draws allowed.
Soccer, come on, let's play a bit of soccer, shall we?
It'd be horrendous.
No, that was Miss Moose said West Ham has a big buffet. Yeah, not a big budget, a big buffet. That's good, Robert. That's good. Kent says we need 7 players in the summer, 3 free transfers and a couple of loans and a big 2 fee players. Something like that, Gary, isn't it?
Absolutely, Kent's right. I mean, I see we have evolution rather than revolution, but it might be that we sell a couple as well to raise some funds. Maybe someone comes with Ben Rama, Masuaki, people like that. Mm-hmm. We can buy 3 or 4 players. As Kent said, we need a couple of frees. There's quite a few players coming available on frees, aren't there? So we should pick some of them up, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yarmolenko and Fredericks will both be released, I'm pretty certain. So that's them off the wage bill.
Definitely.
But they need replacing.
Definitely. Let's take some more of your comments then. Troy's Karen Brady, true businesswoman, knows the markup of popcorn too. Well, I'll tell you what. People buy that stuff. It's about £6 for a big one. Popcorn. Just buy some in the Waitrose in Westfield. You can buy a pack for £2. Just take it and put it in the bottom of your bag. They won't see it. See it. Peter says they will start having players come on for free kicks and penalties like they do in American football. At the Old Trafford, there are about 200 sellers of half and half scarves in a radius of 5 metres. That's literally true.
It's very true.
Leon, despite being mid-table or a decent side, their form is decent. It is, yeah. When I looked at it, I was surprised when I looked at Ligue 1, and they are 10th, but a Wednesday coming out is going to be, whilst we're on the cruise, I've already done it, there's going to be a fact file, all you need to know about Leon. I've made up a little jazzy music video to talk, it's just writing all about Leon, so you get the insight before Thursday night, indeed. Troy says, Peter, bring on a Tissier for Frederick's age 55. Oh, what's it coming to? 39th game abroad within 3 years. Anyway, right, we're rambling now. Gary, fast forward. Go on, Gary.
What we call free kicks, Jake, they'd be called set plays.
Set plays, yeah. And we have the halftime interval and whatever else they do.
One.
Oh dear. We need to have that quiz. We do. Sort it out and we'll do it. Don't you worry. Yarmolenko, Fredericks, Noble, Crow, Martin, Algiva, possibly Arthur and Randolph as well, maybe more. Yeah. True. It's not looking too good. We need a big summer overhaul and rebuild. But fast forward 2 days. well, 1 day and 20 hours before kick-off, Gary. 10 minutes before kick-off, what are you saying to the boys?
I'm saying get yourself out there. Forget about Thursday, even though everyone's thinking about Thursday. Let's concentrate on today. Everton are playing this for their lives, literally. And let's leave it out there and let's get 3 points. Because I do think we've got a chance of sneaking in the top 4 or 5. I think, Tottenham are Tottenham. So they'll lose some games. And Arsenal have got us to play and Spurs to play. So it's not all over. And United are just imploding, aren't they? So if we can get 9 points in the next 3 games, it'll be very interesting to see where we are after those games. So I shall, if I was Moyes, again, to focus on the league game, definitely.
I like the positivity. Gary's still got the faith. Football isn't the same as the old days. It's not. It's not. Usual Suspect says, isn't it fantastic that West Ham have progressed to having so many big weeks in a season? I know, honestly, it's got to the stage where Tottenham call it our cup final, but it wasn't even our biggest game that week.
Jake, when it weird, years gone by, you'd hate losing to Tottenham, but none of us were bothered.
No.
Just shrugged the shoulders, fair enough.
Yeah. Let them have it. We got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, exactly. It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
How things have changed.
Just shows a downfall when they call it our cup final and they're all coming out having street parties singing West Ham get battered. Just leave it out. Leave it out, you mugs. But anyway, Chris says, big up guys, 3 points for you this weekend. Good luck. I hope so. Who have you got, Chris? Who have the Leicester City got? Should we have a look? Leicester have got United tomorrow night. You can do us a favour then. Beat them lot. Beat United. United away. Ooh, yeah, Man United away. Difficult game for you, boys. Difficult game. But anyway, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching the pre-game breakdown for West Ham versus Everton. Tomorrow, Saturday, I'm on a cruise. There'll be no live stuff. There'll be no match day stuff Saturday, Thursday, as I'll be living it up on the cruise ship. So, yeah. Go and watch somebody else's channel for a week, but come back when I put an odd video on that I filmed yesterday. You know the drill. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to West Ham Unofficial if you're new. Gary, thank you very much.
Pleasure, Jake, as always. Take care, mate. Enjoy your cruise.
I will. I'll catch you soon. From me and Gary, come on, you irons. Let's get these 3 points and move swiftly on and focus on Thursday night. Curtin, West Ham. We'll catch you soon. Cheers, guys. Thanks, everybody, for watching in the chat and your comments. It's been a laugh, and I'll catch you soon.